I need to provide you with this warning that the IRS is about to come after you because the IRS wants your money. Actually, excuse me, the IRS needs your money. They are coming after the American people because the IRS understands if they don't receive more tax revenue, then their funding could go down and they could lose millions and billions of dollars. So I will address what's going on here, how you are potentially going to be impacted. And again, this is not just going after the wealthy individuals. The IRS is coming after all of us. One of the biggest question marks that we have received over the past few months is whether or not we are going to see government funding. And would we see the US government shut down? Well, come on October 1st, we actually saw that the US government didn't shut down. Democrats and Republicans, they came together and they provided pretty much a simple bill that would last 45 days until November 17th, would keep the government funded. But there's a lot of question marks here. One of those is, are we going to receive money for Ukraine? Are we going to experience any type of spending cuts? And who's going to get cut? We don't know. But this is where things get very interesting. Now we're being told that the IRS needs to quickly hire more agents in order to go after those tax cheats. Well, what is considered a tax cheat and who exactly are they going after? Well, this is where things get very interesting. We were first being told that the IRS would only go after those that are extremely wealthy. And those are people that make $25, $30, $40 million per year. That's a very small amount of people. Then we were being told that the IRS would actually go after those that make about $1 to $2 million per year. There's far more of those people. And then that number dropped again. And according to reports, what we are hearing is that the Biden administration says that number would be $400,000 per year. That is what the IRS considers wealthy. Well, now we're being told that the IRS is going to go after all wealthy individuals. So those making over $400,000 per year. But the truth is that $400,000 per year is actually just a mark. And it was a mark that President Biden set when he first was running for president. He said that nobody making less than $400,000 per year would pay a penny more in taxes if he is voted into office. Lo and behold, he was voted into office, and he still says that nobody making less than $400,000 per year is paying any more in taxes. So that $400,000 per year mark stuck for the past 3 years. But get this, the IRS doesn't care if you make $400,000 per year or $400,000 per year. All they care about is getting the taxes that they are due. Now, based off of multiple statements from IRS officials as well as many CPA firms, the IRS doesn't have appropriately trained agents to go after the nearly 2.5 million people that make over $400,000 per year and that they believe may be circumventing the system. But, and again, this is interesting. Could we increase taxes and not go after those wealthy individuals? Well, I want to show you a chart here because this is something that's very interesting. In this chart, it's called the Laffer curve. Okay? So you see right here, this is T. This is the optimal point. So tax revenue is the highest when the tax rate is at a certain point. Now, we do not know what that point is because it changes all the time, but here's what you need to keep in mind. If we increase the tax rate and it goes too high, you can see right here, tax revenue peaks at a specific tax rate. Let's just call it 18%, right? Now, if it's 18%, that's the optimal point. Again, I'm just throwing that 18% number out there. But if it goes to 19%, tax revenue starts to drop off. 20%, 22, 25, 26, 27, whatever. You get the idea, and it keeps coming down. And why is that? Well, as your tax rate increases or your tax percentage increases, what actually happens is more people are less likely to go to work. They don't want to work as many hours, right? They're staying home with their children and things like that. So, and I want to break this down and be as transparent as possible. Even though we are being told that the IRS is only going to go after those that are making, millions of dollars, those wealthy individuals, the IRS is actually going to go after those that are making a lot less. But why would they do that? Well, it's actually pretty simple. Right now, I have a lot of issues. The economy is struggling. We know that the federal government needs more money. They want to send additional funding to Ukraine. They want more money having to do with the previous pandemic and COVID, right? And we understand they want to send more money back to the IRS. They want to send more money to the Social Security Administration, to the Education Department. They want to increase SNAP benefits. They want to do all this stuff. But we just don't have the funding to do it. Well, here's the issue. How can the IRS just go after the wealthy individuals, those 2.5 million people that are supposedly making more than $400,000 per year? They can't, because there would not be enough money, would not be enough additional funding to fund all the priorities that Democrats currently have. Because you look at things like this, 75,000 Kaiser Permanente workers will walk off the job. Says it's the largest healthcare worker strike in U.S. history. Well, guess what? That article is from today, October 4th. Think that's it? No. Just today, okay? Well, it was actually yesterday, but again announced this morning that Ford and GM are laying off 500 additional employees because of the United Auto Workers strike. Well, that's not it. Look at this. Well, if I can show it to you. Well, it says Las Vegas hospitality workers overwhelmingly permit union to call strike against hotels and casinos. This is something that we're seeing. I've also been hearing a lot of rumors about school districts potentially going on strike as well because teachers are not getting paid. They're losing some of their benefits. Guess what? If we see healthcare workers go on strike, we see auto workers go on strike, we see hospitality workers go on strike, and we see educators go on strike. This is going to make for a very difficult year, especially right before a presidential election. That's not something we can have. And we need that funding. We need all those people working so that they can then be taxed. Get this. There's only a few states that offer unemployment benefits to those that go on strike. In some of these unions, they do have strike funds that if you do go on strike, they can give you a little bit of money every single week. But again, there's not many unions that offer that. So what we are now being told is because of all the issues going on within the economy, the IRS not only wants your money, they need your money because we got to fund all these other priorities that Democrats currently have. And again, Democrats can't just go to Republicans and say, you know what, we need some more money. We need you to go ahead and accept this bill. Because we all know Republicans are not going to accept it. As of right now, and based off what happened yesterday, when the previous speaker, Kevin McCarthy, was ousted by his own party, I don't think we're seeing an increase in revenue. We're going to see additional spending cuts. So expect the IRS is coming after you. Now, we also know there's more people making $40,000 per year than those that are making $400,000 per year. In fact, let me just throw out this little number for you. 47% of people here in the United States make less than $40,000 per year. Want more facts? Here's some more facts for you. 74% of all income tax collections come from the top 10% of earners. You want to know what that number is? It's $155,000 per year, or $13,000 per month, roughly. That is what considers you in the top 10%. Just to put that into perspective, say a married couple of 2 police officers, they can make this money. A police officer and a firefighter can make this money. A nurse can make this money. A school teacher and a police officer, an EMT, could make this money. Yeah, $155,000 per year. So if you think, they're not coming after me, I'm a school teacher. Guess what? What is your spouse? Oh, do you and your spouse earn more than $155,000 per year? Well, then you are considered the wealthy. Guess what? The IRS is coming after you. So, just wanted to fill you in on what's going on at this time, but the warning that I want to give you is they are coming after you, not because they want to, because they need to. They must recoup some of this money, or else all the funding that Democrats currently need would not happen. So, that's what we know at this time. As always, as I know more, I promise, I'll come back on and share all the latest news and updates. Again, thank you guys for watching. Consider subscribing. I'll see you guys on the next one.